Alright, hello everyone, my name is Morgan Dunn, and this is the XP League. Tonight's matchup pits together Possessed versus Ascend, and my first time behind the mic here with this league. I'm excited. I see the hype already starting in the chat as the Possessed squad is here and in mass to support their team. I don't think I've heard a single person say the word Ascend. It has been Possessed top to bottom. Thank you for the follow, Blaze. Thank you for a couple other people that dropped in right before it got going, but things are starting to roll. Things are starting to get hot, and I know all of you are ready for some good old Call of Duty action. Whoo! Here we go today. Good to see you all. I do need to ask all of you, as I just mentioned, my first time behind the mic here for XP League this season. That means some of the audio might be a little bit shaky. So once we get into the gameplay, once we start getting the explosions, the bullets whizzing by, I need you to let me know how it sounds, how it looks. There's been, ever since the latest COD update, there's been issues with Codcaster and some more issues with packet loss. But I'm just going to say we're going to fight our way through any technical issues that happen. And it's just you and me. You guys won't tell on me, will you? Angie Drew, thank you for the follow. Ronan Clips, thank you for the follow. Templares, thank you for the follow. And M Hammer, what is up, my dude? Woo! I'm loving it. The hype is going, and it's got me up on the highest of mountains already. Connor Lowe, how are you doing, my man? Good to see you. We got so many guys coming through the chat already. Like, I usually like to go through and kind of mention everyone that was in the chat before the stream went live, say thank you for coming in early, but there's too many. 6, 7, 8 different guys from Possessed here to cheer them on. I think we have the fan favorites, but let's see how confident they are in their squad. What is going to be the map count when we're all said and done? Let's start getting those predictions to roll through. And let me make sure I don't got any invites coming in quite yet. Prince is in a lobby, so I'll just join up on him. Captain of Ascend. Gotta lock that down. Anytime I pick up some new teams, you just choose one player that you know what team they're on, and then you stick right with them. Oh, I don't even need it. Possessed doing the God tier play in my world as a caster. And every single one of them is perfectly same clan tag. I don't gotta think for even a moment to see which side Possessed goes over to. Oh man, it just doesn't feel fair at the moment. If you're an Ascend player, if you're dropping in like, what's this casting going on? What was the chat kind of feeling out so far? They would be blown away by the amount of support their opponents got. M Hammer, the first guy in, saying it's going to be 3-1 for Possessed today. Tar Heel, good to see you as well. Exo Paint, thank you for the follow. Jay Gomez and Auspicious. You guys are going so fast, I can barely keep up with all these follows. That's what comes with it. Oh, Neon's on this squad? Yo, what's good? It's been a while since I've seen my boy Neon play. I didn't know he was still rocking on Ascend. Anytime, it's like a blast from the past whenever I come back to the XP League. Get with a few teams I haven't seen since the last season. Tar Heel M Hammer, thank you both for tuning in earlier on the game that did not happen between Sad Boy Hours and Primal. It was some real Sad Boy Hours when we found out that ended up being FF, but you gotta give credit to Drew. He always organizes the games pretty evenly, and so he ended up making it onto the stream later in the same day. Jay Gomez, the energy is always on. That is the secret. You never turn that knob down. It's war outside right now. We got the fireworks going off left, right, and central. So the adrenaline has already been pumping since the sun went down. Hope you guys like it. I made a couple small changes to the XP League. First of all, you might have seen we got a little bit of a timer going on before the game starts, so you don't just have to sit there like it says starting soon, but how soon is soon? Looks like the teams... Oh, I do actually have to make sure. Possessed will be on the Coalition side. That's where I got him. But anyway, as I was saying, we got the timer now so people know how long to wait before the game gets started. I covered up the little chat thing. The background used to be pure white. I didn't like how that looked. We threw a little blue on there. And you know what? I got the blazer on. So let's move the little mini feed up in to the top right. That's just to see that we're still in the lobby. But the blazer's up front and center. Big screen. Jake HR Snake. I'll just call him Jake the Snake. How can you do anything else? Good to see him coming in. People already cheering him on. Oh, and look at the fans' reactions. My man is a rock star over here. Look at him. I'm going to be putting the camera on this man if you guys continue to just go wild and crazy for him like this. Raw Prince coming in to finally give a little support to the Ascend side. We do indeed have Prince and Neon over there. And they're actually matching up a good amount of the clan tags as well. Snapper Good isn't in with the rest, though. He still just has Season as the clan tag. He's the odd man out, but mostly the teams are looking pretty clean so far. Just waiting for one from each side to get in, and then we should be ready to rock. Exo Paint, like to hear it. I keep saying it, but obviously we got a little bit of a lockdown going on. I might end up stealing one of the father's jackets to mix up the Blazer action. Jake, you are indeed. It is Hype Central right now. That's all. It's the start of a new league. Everyone wants to see how these end up shaking out. Salem and Powell? Pool? That's a W. I'm going to say Pool. Pool? No clue. Salem and Pool, the dynamic duo, says Paint. We got SMG, and he changed the clan tag. What are you even doing? Just so much going on. Jake, you're not a player, but we got Jake right here. There's a guy on Possess named Jake. Is this a case of mistaken identity? Did you steal an identity? That's a crime, you know. Ronan, just a little bit to spark it up beforehand. Regen, Pool. How do I pronounce that, first of all? PWLL. There are no vowels in that name. That's not something I can do. So, Raw Prince tell me to watch out for SMG. I'll keep an eye on him. And that seems like we're waiting on one more from, I'm going to keep calling him Pool until someone tells me otherwise. Jake Snake, how does this work? I mean, once the game gets going, we'll blast it full screen and we'll just cast over it. It's a classic action. Map number 1, we're heading over to Gunrunner for the hard point. Connor Lowe. I don't know what you're talking. The fit being thrown right now? Listen. So far it's only been one fit. The t-shirt underneath is on a little bit of a rotating schedule, but we'll be making it quite a few fits before too long. Man, we got so much. I'm loving it right now. When I can't keep up with everyone in the chat, that's how you know you got a good day going. Zemo, based on your clan tag, you shouldn't be on Coalition, my dude. Get back over with Allegiance boys, the rest of your squad. PWLL. M-Hammer, we all know how to pronounce yours. Powell! I like that one. That's how you say it, Regen, X-Paint. There we go. That's what I needed from you guys. Thank you very much. Powell is how we'll do it. You see how there are two very important vowels in that name that are missing in his COD ID? I'm just saying. Ronan, thank you very much. The beard always on point as much as I can. Nice to still get a little bit of gas going that way. Yeah, PWL Hell's pronounced M-Hammer, obviously. Possess continuing to go off. Oh, Blaze. Is Blaze crazy? Do I gotta keep an eye on Blaze? Says Blaze. Well, I can trust you, Blaze, so I'll keep some eyes out on Blaze. Don't worry about that. I would say right now, the chat is a little bit possessed, my guys. Who am I? Blaze, who am I? Well, you just gotta say exclamation point caster. And that's who I am right there. If you guys want a little bit more of that action, I'm over on twitch.tv/Morgan_Dunn_21. That's all you gotta take. We should actually have all of the commands working right now. Make sure I have on my clipboard the command to edit the map count. Versus possessed. Sometimes the mechanical keyboard gets you. There you go. Map count on point. Everything on point. Raw Prince. Listen, you guys can't just keep coming in here and tell me to watch out for yourselves. Give your teammates a little bit of gas. But I do like the confidence to roll in and tell the chat you're the man to watch. Regen Cod, thank you for the follow. Oh, Ronan, it's going to consistently be pun-filled, especially in the intermission. You gotta keep things. This is kind of my reel for if I end up going stand-up when everything's all open back up, when the bars let you back in. Regen throwing out the goats, but who do they go towards? Who is the goat? I've seen a lot for Jake. I've seen a little bit for Paint. Powell obviously has some fans. But I think the fans of Possess have been giving the love to basically everyone so far. To be fair, though, the only person giving the love to Blaze has been Blaze. You guys might need to back him up a tad. We're just waiting. Seems like someone had to restart their game. I don't want any FFs. I'm okay with this game going a little bit later than we were expecting. We already got FF'd once. It's not happening again. Oh, Billie Jean, it's 40 viewers deep. We haven't even started the game. Once the action gets rolling, we're going to see this jump up another 10, 20. Don't you worry. Hank Dibbles Jr., first of all, S-tier name. That's just fun to say. Coming over saying, let's go Newsome. Don't know who Newsome is. That's none of the names in the chat. But Newsome, let's go. Jake is the GOAT. Jake is the GOAT. I thought it might be. M-Hammer, you got your fans over on Void Clan, captain of your own team. And then now you can tell exactly how long it's been since I've said something. I got the 30-second delay on, and the messages about Blaze just rolled through. So I think that's pretty apparent of where we are in your end versus mine. Connor Lowe saying Salem the fan favorite. M-Hammer, Jay Gomez got your back. He's gonna hype you up. Regen, these guys, this is some nice positive energy. That's what I want to see. The hype, so I'm getting like an ab workout right now to keep the air a-flowing. It's taking a second, so I'll make sure that nothing's going on below. I've been talking to Drew. I know a lot of you guys are console boys, COD till you die. But if you weren't aware, XP League does have a Valorant League in the works. And apparently Drew says they're shooting for around the 13th. I might be taking my talents that way as well. Been playing quite a bit of Valorant lately, so I'm excited to drop into some new lands. Raw Prince trying to fight back the Possessed fans, going in with Snapper being the GOAT. Snapper God, by the way, the full title. What SMGs you guys running right now after the patch? I've seen P90 meta being spammed a little bit. The AUG as well has gotten some love. That's technically, I'm just pretty much saying any gun that was not even considered beforehand that's starting to be thrown into the mix. I know people hate the entire meta being changed up right before challengers, but you gotta give them credit. Everyone was complaining, MP5 too good, M4 too good. They've nerfed at least one of those to let some room in, but the M4 is probably still gonna be the king of the hill and beyond. Oh, Wags, he's saying Prince, he's not giving enough sass to himself. It will be a 50 bomb for the man. Looks like the teams are in good spirits, though, which is what I like to see. Uzi was definitely in there, Ronin clips. Uzi was kind of sneaking in there beforehand. People were using the Uzi before the patch, but now, obviously, if you're the second string and the first guy gets hurt, coach is going to put you in, and people are putting the Uzi in all over the place right now. Jay Gomez, there's no way I am seeing an AK. That's just incorrect. See, Regen's got my back. The AK is not coming out. AK is meme time only, and we all know it. AK is when you've already gotten up 200-0 on hardpoint. You're already winning by 60 with a minute left in domination. It's 5-0 ISND. That's when the AKs come out. Pariah, how are you doing, my man? Got a little bit of mod help in the chat. That's what I like to see. You're dropping into a lot of hypeness, so I hope you're ready for this. Neon dropping the FF in 30 seconds, and by all technicality, he is correct. The last man still trying to get into Possessed. You guys, it might be an FF. Listen, rules are rules. If it is 15 minutes till FF and your guy gets in on the 16th minute, that's still done. You can't say I was only 1 minute late. You were 16 minutes late, so we're going to have to see if they come through. My favorite thing I have seen on the Search and Destroy, I can't even remember what team it was. I believe it was last season in the XP League. One of the squads went drum magazine, sniper rifle on an M4, not memeing on Arklov Peak. That was how they countered a sniper, was to bring in the full auto 60-round drum mag sniper counter pick. And listen, it didn't do the best all the time, but when it worked, it worked. Colby Raber, JD, thank you for the follow. Looks like no FF. We got the last guy in. Coalition filled up. Allegiance looking the same. We should be ready to go shortly. Let's go indeed. And do you all hear that? I believe I do. That is the countdown, meaning it is time to load into map number 1. Let me know how the audio sounds. I haven't completely practiced this one quite yet. If it's too loud, you just gotta yell at me. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the chat through the start of this. I'm seeing already a few little percentages of packet loss. All right, here we go. Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Dunn, and this is the XP League. Tonight's matchup is Ascend versus Possess. We had a little bit of time to get the hype started before this first map, and now it's time to load into map number 1. It is Hardpoint, it is Gunrunner, it is time to, nope, not quite. Possess is missing a guy. I don't know if they started without him. I thought he was on, but no, Possess is right now playing 4v5, and we haven't stopped quite yet. It is into the action right now as we are going to do a roster rundown for Possess. We have Powell, Salem, Blaze, Jake, and one more mystery man who's not in right now. Then for Ascend, it is Prince, Snapper God, Zemo, Neon, and SMG. We already get the MP7 on the screen right here in the hands of, I don't know who I'm on right now. It is not lighting up anyone. I believe we'll find out if he gets this kill around the corner onto Snapper God. It's Powell who we got it. He already has a 3-piece for himself. on the other side finally goes down to SMG, rocking an interesting one. You guys were saying it. AUG on the land, and this is the Codcaster I've been dealing with. I just hit the number 0 about 7 times, but we find our way over to the man. 4-1 so far off of hill number 1. It is going to be Ascend with the 13-point lead, and I just noticed I don't have my mini-map. Okay, Codcaster, that's a new one. Let's turn that on. Let's turn that on. That looks a whole lot better. Now you guys can see where people are going, and I can see that the spawns have been controlled by Ascent. 6 in a row for themselves right there as Snapper God pops the headshot onto Jake. He's going to have to hold his own now again around the corner. He's rocking the MP5, picks up one more before going back down. And Possess still playing 5-on-4. I thought they had the last guy in. It was 5v5 in the lobby before we loaded, but now Mystery Man not sitting there as Zemo puts together a 2-piece. Wags, thank you very much, saying sound is good. That's all I needed to hear to drop the full focus over. As Prince gonna rotate all the way to the opposite hill, number 3, and gets the kill onto Powell to lock it down. Needs a couple more, and they line up for him, but no, Blaze manages to pick that one up. Possess not gonna be given up that easy, but a tough job ahead of them. Salem now with the MP5. He has trophy system up, but he throws it at the worst time as Snapper God slides the corner. We gotta put our eyes over to SMG right now. I want to point out, in the pre-game lobby, Blaze decided to throw down SMG. No good, but a triple feed seems to say otherwise. Pistol is out now, but he can't get the quad as Jake comes around the corner. Immediately, though, lines up Snapper God to start a 2-piece of his own. Knife is out, and the slice! Well, I don't actually know right now. We're going to have, if there is the mod right now, is Snapper got 4 in a row, nearly the quad, a little too slow, but nonetheless 6 on this life. Someone let me know if XP League, because I've been doing too many leagues, if they decided to go no melees on the GAs, because that indeed was a knife out, getting that kill, and he's going to add one more. 7 on the life for Snapper God. He is in a pure hunting mode, trying to find the prey anywhere on the map they might end up. Blaze to his left right now, Powell to his right, and the first man gonna go down, heading over towards bathrooms. As the rotation is about to head through, Ascent has reached a 100-point lead for themselves. The smoke gonna cover it up, but not in time to block it from Jake picking up that kill. He is right now 8-13, and he's just trying for his squad. You gotta give him credit. Possessed obviously in a bad situation right now, playing 4-on-5, but they are just trying their best. I can't really say they are in this game as exciting as I'm trying to make it, because you gotta say, you gotta be honest with yourself excuse me, I got the hiccups. You gotta be honest with yourself sometimes right now. Every single person of Ascend is positive. SMG is just ridiculous as him and Snapper God are both onto the point trying to defend. SMG gets the first one. Powell makes himself a double kill before he goes down, and SMG finds one more. Perhaps the AUG is the direct new gun. He's been putting it beyond work. It is just going insane so far. Prince finding 2 with his M4 before going down to Salem. Quick snap for SMG. How about another? That's 17, and he's well on his way to 20 at this rate. Gonna peek a Blaze waiting for him right there, saying, listen, I might not be able to take that point, but I'll at least be able to put you down, and he does just that. As I want to go over to the top side, go over to Jake, who's around the corner, sliding right into Zemo, and he cannot win it. 2 in a row for Zemo before Salem gets it right back. 2. Now we find Salem. There he is. The MP7 is out, but it cannot find anyone as Prince gets him on the crossfire. Over to Blaze instead, just in time for him to go down. 4 in a row for Ascend right now, and it is starting to get into the latter days. 195 to 22 is the score as the spray going to come in close for Blaze, but it still feels like his team is just not there. They are just not close. I slid away at the wrong time. That is my fault. I just saw Neon on the point, but he has no one even close to bothering him. There might be a chance for Salem as he tries to hit the turnaround shot onto Zemo. That's the worst you can do. You give away your position and you don't get a kill. Now they'll be expecting exactly where you're coming from, and right there, case and point, the kill comes in. Possessed trying to get on. That's Blaze. He gets the kill, but already it's back to hill number 1. 20 to 22. That's a lot of 2s on the score there for a second as Possessed do clear it off, get back on, managed to cross 25 points at the very least. but I'm starting to think this might be the final hill. Obviously, Ascend have plenty of time to waste, but why even bother? Get on, lock and loaded, and finish this game strong. Over towards the hillside, Zemo's gonna pick up one onto Salem, and now my Godcaster decides to send us back over SMG. He did find his way to 20, but otherwise he is kind of slowed down as he drops to a 2 KD. I don't know it's possible to drop to a 2 KD. That feels like a bit of a weird sentence to say, but he was playing out of his mind to start. Now Snapper God looking to take over the top spot. He is 1 kill away. Neon with the knife out, picks one up for himself as well. So that'll be really interesting. I wonder, I have to assume that knives are not GA'd in XP League, or else that is just two on-screen examples of it not happening. Snapper God just not able to get that reload. A little bit too slow for him, as it will be the end right here unless Possess just do something outlandish. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. It is technically possible they still win this game, but like, come on. 4v5 down 200 points, but they got a good hold on hill number 2 so far. That is, though, until Prince starts running in and slaying off. It is going to be around the corner. There's the last kill, probably, and Ascend win it 250 to 48. Play of the game over here for SMG. This is where he just started to melt. That was his triple feed. He wanted the quad, but couldn't quite get it with his pistol out. And you see there, he ended up being the top guy, 22 and 12. Snapper got right behind at 21 and 10. Really, everyone but Neon, but he had the most time on the point, so you gotta let that one slide. Just went out, but it was 4v5. That is a tough matchup to have it on. See now if they actually are able to play it 5v5, and it will be a big... I see right now someone says, there goes all the composure. That's going to be a big question right now for Possessed as I head it back over. Hello, everyone. Here's my face. That's going to be the big question. Can they stay composed after a game like that? Hoodie's a D-boy. Hoodie's ad boy? Hoodie's sad boy. That's how it is. Thank you for the follow, first of all, and it is indeed a series game. We are doing best of 5, and right now the map count, thank you for reminding me as well, because I have to update that, is for... Oh, I was about to say Possess. It is for Ascend. Commands, edit, map count, Ascend, 1, Possessed, 0. I messed that up. I was so close to getting it right. Now map count is correct. I'm going to head back over and we will swap up the lobby, swap up the hosts. I'm glad we're not even trying to use deadies. I just hate, it puts a lot of pressure on the caster to have deadies set up correctly. Yeah, Powell, that was a rough one on the disconnect. I wasn't sure if the rules in XP... See, I just came from doing a whole lot of VAL. I know how their rules work, but XP obviously not the same because that disconnect was at 0 seconds, but still the game was not remade. Did anyone ever get back to me? Are melee weapons GA'd in XP League? Does anyone know right now? I might actually DM Drew on that. I don't usually call out things like that, but, I can easily tell when a melee weapon is used, where not as much if there's snaking or if there's auto tack sprint. So if it's obvious, I'll call it out. What is going on right now? I did not have an option to swap, so I'm going to drop out, drop back in. Luckily, it's a joinable party, so it's not too hard to get over there. Change, get over to Codcaster. And right now we got a mix of decisions. I'm not exactly sure which side which team is on. I mean, Wags, I would like to guess no, if it just happened in front of us, but I mean, it just got changed in the Pro-Am, I believe. I'm not even sure if the actual CDL Pros changed it. The GAs after this latest patch were crazy. I could not follow it. SG Secret, thank you for the follow. Listen, guys, Possessed is indeed still in this fight. They tried their best playing 4-on-5. We'll see how things go once it is actually evened up. We still have guys from both teams on both sides, so no clue which way that's going. Okay, I do have it confirmed. Melee weapons are not GA'd. Everything was clean. It is not yet, though, so they will be later in the league, it seems like. All right, Raw Prince, that's what I needed. Things were so crazy on Twitter and with everything in the world. I just ended up turning Twitter off at one point. See, they're actually asking in the in-game chat, so it's a good thing I checked because seems like they were not sure. All right, it will be Ascend on the Allegiance side. That's where I got him. Makes it easy on me. But yeah, they were wondering that as well. Possessed was asking if knives were GA'd yet, but it seems good. All right, Wags, thank you for clearing that up. Seems like they discussed it, but it ended up not being GA'd. I'm in favor of that. I like the knife to be in. That is a highlight moment, and at least from the casting perspective, I can go crazy anytime a knife happens. So I want that to be staying in. Snapper God, thank you for the follow. But get out of the chat right now. People don't like, even with the delay, when someone comes and drops into the chat right before an SND. I'm just trying to say for your sake. Mr. 4Bet, yo, indeed, it is the XP League right now. Well, we have a moment before going into the next game. You might say it's a little self-centered, but you gotta do business when it's time to do business. Just doing this makes me feel professional. If you take a look over into the chat, I will drop real quick. If anyone wants to keep up with me outside of XP League or just support in general, there is my Twitch channel, Morgan_Dunn_21. If you are curious or just want to check it out, I will leave it there. Drayden Ante and It's Fade, thank you both for the follows. Powell, he wanted the FF from the knife kill, but just couldn't find it. Sadly for him, that is not how it works. I mean, it does kind of suck if one team took all the knives out of their loadouts thinking it was FF, but you gotta keep up on the rules. That's just how it works. Still so much support for Possessed right now. It is insane the following these guys got. Jay Gomez, it is a best of 5. Map count right now 1-0 for Ascend, and anybody can check it by doing !MC. Looks like everyone is on their correct sides. We should be good to load in shortly, and oh, look at that, perfect timing. Match gonna start up in 5. Are you all ready? It is time to load into map number 2. Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Dunn, and this is the XP League. Tonight's matchup pits together Ascend and Possessed. Map number 1 on the hardpoint was a little bit of an unfair fight, as only 4 members of Possessed were actually able to load in, and they had to play the entire hardpoint 4v5. Now as we go over to the SND, let's see if they had a little bit better luck. They have everybody on the squad, and they can turn things around and tie it up 1-1. Seems like all of my UI is there, and here we come, Possessed on the attacking side. I saw one person do it, but let's all get going. What is going to be the round count when SND is done, and who will end up winning it? It will be a B-side push to start things off. Powell with the bomb, and he is just rushing forward, but Neon with the sniper takes out Jake. SMG right behind, and Ascend hold off from the very, very start. Who is that upstairs right now? I thought it was gonna be Salem, and SMG tracked him down. That means only Templar remaining as Zemo gets the kill onto Blaze, and that is it. Ascend flawless on round number 1. I could barely even put together what was happening. It was so fast. Look at Zemo just execute. What was that first one? It looked like he was coming on the flank, and the flank watcher was just not prepared. That was an execution almost. And Ascend easily clean up the first round. Round number 2, gonna swap sides, gonna send my camera over to Neon because he was the sniper. Let's see if he has anyone answering him from Possess. He got that first pick round number 1, and if I had to guess, it is either Templar or Jake across from him. There's a head, and there he goes. It certainly wasn't Jake. We'll see what Templar can do. Try to follow it up, but doesn't even pull the trigger. Map is open now. 4v3 advantage towards Ascend. A fast push towards the B bomb site. The sniper just a distraction, and it will be the bomb planted. Timer going over to Ascend, but a kill from Blaze even things back up 3-3. Around the backside, Blaze gets a second, but then he goes right back down. Let's see if we can find it onto Zemo. He puts together a 2-piece for himself. That's actually 3 on the round, and he has the 4th right outside the window, but does not matter. Neon on fire so far with that sniper rifle. Ascend up 2-0. Just beautiful. The first headshot onto Jake. Ridiculous. He already has 3 shots, 3 kills. I don't think he has missed yet. And Drayton Nancy saying the exact same thing. He literally has not missed yet. A little bit of spray paint onto your buddy's back as Ascend looking to continue their streak. Show that it was not just the round 1 difference. I guess to be fair, if Possess is a bad S&D team but a good respawn team, that is a rough situation to be in. But right now, it is hard to say you are evenly matched with a squad when they just clean up 2 straight rounds. They need something back in their favor. Is that Zemo right on top of him around the corner? Neon again, 4 for 4, like a Wendy's kids meal. He's already gotten a 100% shooting accuracy for himself. He's at 4-0. Zemo at 6-0 around the corner, and Ascend looking beautiful so far through 2 of their members. Right now, Powell, this is terrible. Look at the mini-map. Powell on his own with the bomb, unable to even get that kill as he just kind of had to push for himself because he could not retreat from that angle. Jumping down. Nice shot by Blaze. They get the kill back onto Prince, and it is a 2v3. Certainly winnable. You got 30 seconds remaining, and you got Salem on the flank right now, but he's gonna get popped out by Snapper God, and now it is Salem versus the world. That's not how you're gonna win it. Possessed and Ascend go up 3-0. Nice 2-piece at the end for Snapper God as his team go up pretty one-sided. This is such a different game than if Possess had managed to win that round. Instead of only being 1 round separating the squads, Ascend is already halfway to victory without seemingly breaking a sweat. Let's send it right back over to Neon, because the man does not miss. 99999. Now we go over to Neon. Codcaster, I hate you. Shot rolls through, doesn't find anyone. Jake with the Kobe finds it onto Snapper God with the frag, but Ascend still going to be pushing over towards the A side. Just not able to spot the head right there. He sees it now, though. Oh, and he wants it. That is a tough shot to take, but he is eyeing it up as much as he can. Ends up giving up on the angle as his teammate Prince going to be taking a bomb up through the trench, right into the face of Jake, who has himself a 2-piece. 0-3 up until this point. Finally starting to put it on. The people's player. Everyone in chat wanted this guy to go off, and he has a chance here. Salem around the backside, right outside the door, is caught timing to throw that concussion right as Zemo turns it, and that'll be a basically free kill over back towards Ascend. Let me go back over to Jake now. He has been putting it together as it is still a 4v3 situation. Advantage towards Possess. They have the timer on their side, and Templar unable to find it on the backside. The Deagle to the body, and Neon holds his ground. Now a 2v3, but Zemo no chance there against Blaze, and it is Neon versus the world. You don't want it to be your sniper to try and clutch it out. Through the middle he goes. He has picked up an M4, doesn't have the bomb, and so he needs the 2-piece. Blaze starting to push up on him, not gonna have a chance. Time runs out, and Possessed avoid the clean sweep on map number 2. Yo, Mr. 4Bet, I appreciate you saying that. Move the mic just a little bit back. I've been having blowing out the mic issues. I get a little hot. Possess now back into the game, at least for the moment, off of the back of both Jake and Blaze. A double piece for Jake after he hasn't been able to find anything all day. And I don't know, Blaze might have had the other 3 as he's sitting at 5 and 3 right now. But he's in a 1v1 versus Snapper God. And there goes your carry, Possessed. Who is going to pick up the slack now? Is it going to be Powell with the bomb? He's running one way, turning around, running the other. Has the MP7 out. But you have to see the enemy to kill the enemy. And right there, just shot in the side of the head by Snapper God. Neon answers back with one. Codcaster getting sticky right now, and we end up on Templar. Instead, it is Salem in a 1v1 versus Zemo. He finds it onto Templar. 2 quick kills, and Ascend right back in the action, up 4-1. T-Boss Mac, what is good, my man? Good to see you dropping in. Mr. 4Bet, I will address that in between the maps. Don't let me forget now. Rounds number 6 now, and it's the difference between 4-2 and map point for Ascend. Possess. You've already let it slip much farther than what is comfortable, but you really need this one right now. Let your opponents get to map point when you only have 1 round in your pocket. That is essentially a death wish. Salem going to be going upstairs through the window, but not going to peek it. Good choice by him, too, because the explosives are raining through. Prince gets the first kill, but what a Semtex by Salem immediately back on SMG. Spraying now in towards Zemo. The hopscotch back and forth, surviving from the man behind the bar. And now it is just going to be a concussion saying, how about you stick over there for a second while I regroup? Or was that a flash? Possibly a flash. Salem sticking upstairs. He has no teammates to back him up. But actually, as I say that, Jake was sticking right underneath. I didn't even see him. And it's Powell and Salem versus Snapper God, Prince, and Neon. I'm going to go take it back over to Salem. Still hiding upstairs. Bomb is down. And if he peeks it at the right time onto Prince, he has a great chance to give his team a big win. But Prince going around the outside. Not going to push in right now. This is risky for Salem. I've just hit 8, so we might switch sides. There it is. But it's risky for Salem to peek in front of that window, but he decides against it, turns back, and Powell's shot onto Prince is gonna be huge. Bomb is picked up now. Are they gonna start going for the flint? That's as easy as it gets. 1 for Salem. Bomb down. He sees it, and here comes Neon. Looking the wrong way. Picked up now by Neon. He cannot get the kill. He has to track down Powell. He looks the wrong way, and Possessed 2 in a row off of the timer. Well, not 2 in a row, take that back, but both of their wins have been through the timer running down and Ascend just not able to find the last person. All right, staying alive, as the Bee Gees once said, Possessed are doing just that. Right now, you look at the KDs, you're like, man, this is a one-sided game, but in recent rounds, Possess has started to alternate. They've started to find their footing. They just can't lose it. If they slip on that gravel, there's no getting up to the hill. Powell sitting at 2 and 5. He again is the bomb carrier with that MP7, but Prince getting some revenge back onto Jake right there. Slowly peeking the corner yet again. He wants it long range, but the 2 people peeking trench just not meant to be. And they miss each other's heads by only a few inches. Still, Powell just holding his own. The flank coverage by Blaze is there, so he will not, Snapper God make that, will not be able to flank around and get some serious damage. It is a 1-for-1 trade so far, 4v4 situation, but who is that sneaking? It's SMG. Let me get over there, Codcaster. I'm hitting the 6 key, come on. And SMG decides not to push it. I guess you're right, Codcaster. Let's go back to the plants as Powell gets it down. He wants to retreat, but no. Neon puts him down immediately, and the defuse was about to come through Zemo. I think that was a little bit ambitious, but still a 3v2 situation. Prince getting popped right there by that flash. Blaze now knows he is there, but he gives up on aiming it, and Neon now in a very aggressive position trying to hold this angle. Let's see if he can pop Blaze instead. He's gonna just throw out the flash and start the defuse. The ball's on these guys. They didn't know where Salem was, but it is the right choice, as that is that to map point go Ascend. Listen, I'm loving the confidence, I'm loving the trust and Possessed right now from their fans, but you gotta look at the facts. Think with your heads, not your hearts. And it is 5v2. Possessed need 4 in a row. Listen, comebacks are always available. A team is never out of the woods, except sometimes in domination where mathematically they are, and I still like to see them play out. That's a different conversation. But for right now, Possessions seem to focus one round at a time. If you're thinking about how you're going to win next time you're on attack, you've already lost this round on defense, as Powell gets another Semtex kill with himself and slow down the Ascend push just a bit. But SMG, never mind, slow nothing down. Him and Snapper God sprinting through. Templar goes down, and it is 2 guys through Trench to turn it around onto Powell. Nothing spotted there. SMG doesn't even look to him. That is trust in your teammate, as Snapper God gets the 2nd kill onto Powell. Jake turns the corner right at the time. SMG leaves it alone, and he will pick up that 1st kill. Cannot find the 2nd, and it is 2v3 once again. Ascend still the guys in the lead. The Semtex is going to come through. I think it is a little bit long, so it won't find any damage onto Snapper God, who's just going to retreat back into cover. It's going to be huge how much this flank can get. Salem, you still got plenty of time. I'd say play it slow, play it quiet. Turnaround shots are there. He can't find it onto Neon. The man's a Deagle God. Do you play C yet? And it is 3v1, 3v nothing. Ascend win it 6-2. Who predicted that? Someone in the chat said Ascend 6-2, and that is exactly what we ended up with. Update that map count now as Ascend goes up 2-0 over Possessed. Let's look at the key players. I'm not an NFL commentator. I just felt like it. Oh my God, Neon! He did not